Also won the last round despite not having to do so in order to secure the win. Congratulations for your win today, Santosh Vidit. And yeah, we are going to have an overview of the game, and we have a lot of questions about this lovely structure that took place. So yeah, let's start from the beginning. Wait. My notation disappeared. Yeah. Okay. So you were playing black against Maghsoodloo?
Yeah, I mean, he plays so many systems. He plays c4, g3, knight f3, d4, e4, everything. So it was a bit tiring for me to prepare. And at the last moment, I decided to go for this setup, which I've never played before. And he just played King's Indian, reversed colors. And okay, I was out of the book already. I mean, like...
Yeah.
So I think this is all normal. And after rook e8...
Sorry? Yeah, e4 immediately? Yeah, someone from the crowd suggested during the game that you could play e4 in this position.
Oh. I didn't consider this.
Yeah. We didn't really bother calculating, but the point was to play e3 and just...
Here also you play e3 or you go bishop f5?
Probably after knight g5, e3. Here we didn't really bother checking, but yeah, probably e3 and castles and just see what happens.
Wait, so knight g5?
Yeah, e3 and castles.
Castles, yeah?
Yeah.
At least it's interesting. I don't know if it's good.
Yeah. It's really hard to evaluate these kind of positions. Bishop e6 probably.
Bishop e6?
Sorry, bishop e4 or something. Just putting the bishop somewhere.
Yeah, but I mean, why should white be worse at all? I think he's better.
Yeah.
I don't have enough but this is very interesting.
h6
it
probably was the move.
It should have at least crossed my mind.
Yeah.
e4.
Yeah.
But I was thinking like I'll just play the normal moves and how wrong it can be. But yeah, e4 is very interesting. I agree.
Yeah. And now you chose rook e8. It didn't take you so long. So what was going through your mind? Were there other candidate moves?
No. For example, in this position, which is the King's Indian, normal King's Indian.
Bishop e2,
e5, castles.
If black goes
knight
e6.
d7. Knight d7 is considered to be okay, not so great. Like rook e1, you go rook e8 and you go bishop f1 and you defend e4, and you can decide whenever you want to play d5 or not, or you can expand on the queen side.
Yeah.
You basically wait for black's plan. So I was just going with the same analogy, like in this position, you know. I wanted to play just
quick
similar.
question about what you just showed here. In this position, nowadays there is a very popular trend that players with white play e3. For example, Mamedyarov played it.
Yeah.
And here after d6, one of the lines that white plays is after e5 to go e4. And this is probably more or less exactly the same position since white lost the tempo.
Very interesting actually.
And now if you play c6, you have the same position from the game. And now rook e1 would
I thought that after e5 they usually go something like queen c2, b4, but I've seen some games with e4, but I don't recall anymore.
Yeah.
But yeah, this is exactly what happened in the game with reversed colors.
Yeah. Quite interesting, and well,
yeah, so many
they
King's
do play.
Indian is universal.
Yeah. So they play. So in this position where you played rook e8, it was the main typical move in this position to protect e5. Yeah, in case of this knight c4 stuff.
Is it the main move? I mean, I don't know. I just played over the board. I didn't know.
Well,
theory.
on principle.
I mean, I can go d4 here.
Yeah.
Which I mean, compared to the game, looks better now. But I didn't want to. I mean, knight c4. It's awkward to meet. Maybe knight d7 like in the game. Yeah, it's possible.
Well,
or I can play h6 looks a bit too slow. Rook it, queen b3, and I think the mistake was to play d4. Maybe something. Queen b3 looks a bit weird. Initially I was thinking if I can play c4, but I mean, there is not enough compensation here, I feel.
Yeah.
So probably bishop f8. That was my plan, and I should have maybe stuck to it. I think white has to go ed, knight d5, and then knight g5.
And it's quite complicated.
Yeah, queen g5,
Bishop
bishop d5, and now I was thinking maybe queen g6 or something like this. Or maybe queen e7 is better because I protect f7 and also b7, so I can go bishop h3 or bishop e6. I can at least plan.
Yeah.
But it looked a bit awkward, and that's why I didn't go for it.
Yeah.
But in hindsight, I think this should be worked out more carefully. It's so tricky actually. After queen b3, d4, my mistake was that I was always calculating with CD included. And then I thought that, okay, this is great because the knight comes to c5 and then I kick the queen and I keep the center.
But it keeps the tension.
Yeah, knight c4, and I mean, after I played, I realized, okay, what if he plays knight c4 first?
Yeah.
Okay, I wanted to play bishop f8, but there is some very nice line. Yeah, knight g5 bothered me.
Threatening knight f7.
Yeah, I couldn't figure out what's going on. Like, knight f7 is a threat. I don't know if it's a threat, but it looks very dangerous.
It looks like mate. Knight e5, queen f7, and knight c4.
Yeah. No, I mean, if h6, of course, is a bad move, but maybe, something. But then f4 became a problem.
Yeah.
So it was very annoying, this knight g5 move. If I was white, I would have played h6 or h3. Then this problem would not arise.
Yeah.
And so I was forced to play knight d7, and already it's so ugly. Bishop d2 is a good move. I think he played this part of the game quite well.
Yeah, and before we continue on for move 11, just a quick question about the opening. This position before you castled, what do you think about this move h6?
Yeah, it's possible.
The idea is that now if e4, d4...
Yeah, I know you want to play like the h3 King's Indian.
Yeah, you want to transpose to the h3, but this extra tempo, actually probably it's better not to play knight d7 with the bishop still on c8 in the h3 line.
You want to play queen c7, right?
Yeah, and then try
to play g5.
Yeah, actually no. When the pawn is on c3, the typical plan is actually to put the bishop on e6 or g4 and then castle short. And not to play g5, but because of h6, bishop e6 is possible without allowing knight g5. So this extra tempo, which was used by white to play c3, is not necessarily useful because it opens up the queen side for black's favor in some of these lines. So when I analyzed it some time ago, looking at this position, I concluded that the fact that white has an extra tempo does not necessarily work in his favor because he doesn't have a good way to exploit it. But just wanted to mention that h6 could be an interesting
I agree
idea.
with you. Yeah, it's probably better also.
And in this case, after queen b3 and as mentioned, move 11 here,
it's already bad for me.
It feels slightly artificial in a way because it's like there are so many tricks that you can fall into with the queen on c7 and with the bishop stuck on c8. So
I misplayed this. Misplayed the opening part. I mean, if I go rook e8, at least I should not go d4 here. I mean, if I wanted to go d4, I can go right away, which is a clearly better version.
f7 is protected.
Yeah. And after this, I should try to make bishop f8 or some other line work, maybe some knight a5 in some positions. So this was a serious inaccuracy. And after this, I mean, white has a big initiative. It was just very unpleasant.
And now after bishop d2, did you consider b6 straight away?
Yeah.
Because in the game, the rook on b8 didn't really help out too much.
You want to play a6 next, or?
Yeah.
And if I go still bishop h3?
Well, I guess in this version I should play rook b8 anyway, but...
no, rook b8, bishop d7, you lose the pawn.
You're attacking e5. That's true. So,
queen
bishop
c7 maybe.
6 maybe? No, but then... If you play bishop a6 now, a4, so didn't I save a tempo on rook b8 for this structure?
But
or
what
is
do you
it-
play still?
Yeah, it's hard to. Maybe bishop back somehow or
What?
h6. No, bishop f6 doesn't work, right? 96.
96.
It's so awkward to play this position. Maybe queen. No, but e5 is
Yeah, white has a
queen c7 probably.
great initiative in this
Yeah.
position.
Okay, c1 now. Bishop f8 doesn't make sense, does it? Let's try bishop f8, like an ed.
Okay, but this is
You have
super
time for
ugly.
bishop f4. There's no time for putting a knight.
No,
on
it's
f5.
amazing how bad black's position got by just playing normal looking moves.
If I go bishop takes c4 now, it's probably worse.
Yeah,
Yeah,
it's just worse.
yeah. Bishop d6 just to make sure.
Yeah, but
you
eventually
have-
white will get f4.
And you have some tactics also with queen d5 stuff. Yeah, knight d4. Yeah, it doesn't seem to work. It's so awkward to play this position. So
Yeah.
you just wanted to
I
keep
really-
everything together.
Yeah, I just wanted to keep the center, but in order to do that, I had to make so many concessions. And during the game, I was like, shit, this is a really bad position, and
Yeah.
what trouble I got into. So I was really despising the position. Somehow I thought, okay, my best chance is to fight on with some like tricks, like rook b8, try to get b5, but even that doesn't work.
How do you try to get b5?
I mean, if I get a6,
Uh-huh.
I'm completely fine.
Yeah.
a6, b5.
Yeah.
But I just lack one tempo. For
Yeah,
example,
bishop
bishop
h3
h3 is very good move. If I play rook c1, then there is a6, and I get b5. So bishop h3 was very good. Now queen c7,
Yeah.
then rook c1. Now
And
a6
bishop
is
f8 we considered.
this. Sorry, which position? Yeah,
Yeah.
bishop f8. Can't
Yeah.
I go knight g5?
Knight
Wait, knight f6 is
Yeah,
there.
exactly.
So queen c7.
Protecting e5.
So rook c1 looks normal.
But the idea was that after cd4 once again. No, here we can take with the c pawn.
Can you?
Yeah.
I'm not sure.
So knight c5, and if bishop d7, queen d7.
Can I take this or no? Queen c7, yeah? It's interesting.
This was the other candidate move, but it looks risky because after.
Wait, rook c1,
Yeah.
bishop f8, knight g5, you go knight f6.
Probably,
And if I
yeah.
take
Yeah.
f4,
Looks ugly for black. If f5 is coming, it will be really annoying. So. Yeah, it's hard to offer a move. Probably not knight f6, but what else?
in this position, okay, you can still play. Play what is the question? h6 maybe? No, but nah, it's just bad.
Yeah, so there's no other.
So instead of bishop a6, the move which I was considering was knight a5
Yeah.
to take, but it's very ugly. Even if he plays something simple, he should be better. Although there were some lines with queen d5 as well, which were very interesting. Rook b2, then I take cd.
And
If ed, bishop a5, queen a5, bishop d7, and if rook d8, there is knight e5. This is just a bad position. So I mean, queen d5 probably works because there is a line like this. And now I have to take queen d8, bishop d8, bishop c8, rook c8, but it's so ugly. I mean, the knight will come to c4, and
yeah, it looks worse.
strategically it should be even lost.
Wow.
So I could not make anything work in this position. I had to go for this desperate attempt.
Yeah.
So the point is, if bishop d7, of course I have bishop c4, cd, and now I can even play ed in this
Yeah.
position.
My prediction. ED. And now, yeah, this is what I meant to achieve earlier with playing ED, but
Yeah.
Yeah, this is a much more
So rook
playable
c1.
version. And you thought after ED you're at least okay.
Yeah. Come on. Now I'm completely fine.
Yeah. Okay,
So rook c1 is good move. Now he's threatening to do the same. For
Yeah.
example, now he's threatening to play CD.
yeah.
Sorry. Let's say I just played 6 something. Then he goes CD. And now ED is bad because okay, there is bishop f4. So I have to play CD and then bishop d7. And now this doesn't work because
Exactly,
c6
yeah.
is weak. So I had to play DC. I was expecting pawn takes
Yeah, we
actually. And then I was planning to play h6 just to,
Yeah.
regroup slowly. H6 is very important. Entire game I wanted to play this move h6
Yeah.
because I want to play bishop f8 and always there is this knight g5 idea which is very annoying. Okay, I think white is slightly better in this position. There's no doubt about that. But okay, at least I'm holding on. I'm not losing any material.
Can you play bishop f8 here, as we mentioned earlier?
No, knight g5.
Again, knight g5 and wait. I don't remember if I wanted queen c7 or bishop f8. Yeah, probably here.
Knight g5.
Knight g5 and just
No, you can't allow f4.
yeah, but here there are no tricks, huh?
No.
And bishop
That's
f6.
what happens when you give 2-3 tempos in the opening.
What about this ridiculous move?
Knight d6.
Rook e7.
Okay, come on.
Yeah, probably just bad. But okay, just trying to survive.
Yeah. No, but
H6,
h6
yeah.
is good.
Yeah.
Then I go bishop f8 next
And
move.
if knight d3, no,
No,
this is
then
hanging.
d3 is
Rook
hanging. Because
fd1.
there was some trick. Like this looks like you win bishop d1, bishop f1, rook f1, and you win one of the knights.
Bishop d7. Do I have bishop d7 here?
Yeah, no, I mean even rook
Ah.
f1, but there
Ah.
is this trick, knight f6,
Ah,
queen c6, bishop e4.
wow.
So I was looking at all kinds of cheapos.
So it's working nice. So b takes c3 was the way to go for white.
Maybe, because after bishop c3, rook b7, which is very precise.
Yeah.
The problem is if I go bishop f6, he has this knight d6 move, and if rook f8, even just simply knight b5, now there is annoying threat of queen d5,
Mm-hmm.
and my pieces are just like they don't have good squares. This knight should be on e6, and it's just completely
The d7
dominated. Yeah, all his pieces are so active.
Yeah. Ah, like this.
Yeah, all his pieces are extremely active. So bishop f6 looked ugly. Bishop f8, which looks normal, is met with knight g5, and now again f4. So rook b7 was very precise, and now I had to calculate some lines. So if bishop d7,
Bishop c4.
of course I cannot take back.
Yeah.
So bishop c4, queen c4, rook d7. Okay, now if he takes, okay, I win back the pawn and I'm fine. So in this position there was this move queen b5. The point is if queen c7, then knight e5, and the e8 rook, d7 rook is hanging. So after queen b5, I first thought I can play rook d3, but then queen c6, rook f3, and the rook is very awkward on f3. So he goes rook d1,
And e8 is
and
hanging.
rook on d7. It should be really good.
Yeah.
So after queen b5, black has to be precise and play queen c8. The point is if bishop e5, there is this brilliant move bishop g5. If you take knight e5, and okay, now I get good initiative.
Yeah.
And if you takes with the knight, I take
Same.
bishop g5, f4. Fight this, and okay, now I'll have enough counterplay.
Mhm.
His pawns are weak.
So
So bishop d7 doesn't work. So rook b7 looks awkward, but probably the only move.
yeah.
Rook d1. Now he's threatening to take, so I have to defend. Bishop f8. Yeah, in this position, rook f1 is a mistake, I think.
Yeah, he has to take.
Yeah, he has to take, which he told after the game that he wanted to do this.
This time rook d5.
Rook d5, yeah. And okay, white is of course slightly better. His pieces are much better than mine. But I can play queen c7.
But your position is very solid. Like it's really hard to do something. You put the rook on d8 and.
This I cannot put the rook on d8 now. Knight d4. Yeah, we were analyzing this, but I mean, it's really.
Why is rook d8 not possible there?
Which position? Rook d8.
Yeah.
e5 is hanging, no?
Is it?
No.
I think I have queen e6 and e4 is hanging at the end. Yeah, and may I suggest f6 here? e5. Okay. Probably should play something like knight b8, but it doesn't look really healthy.
Yeah.
But
No, I have to put my knight on d4.
yeah.
So probably here knight d4. And okay, try to get some counterplay against the e pawn, if possible. But I think white should be better. His rook is actually quite well placed on d5.
Mm-hmm.
I believe it's the same that you said, yeah, about this position.
Yes, I didn't like knight d4, but I was thinking that black can hold somehow with the pressure.
Yeah, I
by
mean,
keeping the tension.
from what position I got from the opening,
Yeah.
I thought, okay, this is at least defendable.
Exactly.
I mean, I have, okay, his pieces are active, but I have no big weaknesses, and if I play correctly, it should be holdable.
Yes, and once he played rook f1, suddenly the initiative is passing to black.
Yeah, queen f6 is a good move.
Yes.
Because if I play knight d4, bishop d4 probably, cd, bishop d7, this, and I mean his knight will come to c4, some queen b5, rook c1 ideas. He's
Yeah.
probably better here. And with queen f6, let's see if he plays king g2. Now I don't need to take on c4 because e5 is protected.
Yeah.
So that was the point of queen f6.
You don't have to play knight d4 either, I think. Like,
But
and
why
just-
not? Why not?
You should just wait. What
No,
is white's plan?
I go knight c5 next.
Okay.
At least my pieces are breathing.
But isn't it better to prepare with rook c7? Like, what can you do?
No, then then this e5 again. This trick might work now. I don't know.
Can we check it for a moment? Rook c7?
When knight h4.
We have a question from the audience. What would happen on
Instead
knight
of king g2, knight h4.
I'll just play knight d4,
You have to take.
cd, and the knight is not doing much on h4 actually.
Because
It
of
would
g6.
be better on d2, and on the queen side.
Mhm.
After the game, he told me that he wanted to play knight f d2, knight d4, and queen a2, I think.
Mhm.
And his idea is a5. But I think now my pieces are better, and this looks a bit artificial.
Mhm. So this looks better for black, and as
Yeah.
mentioned, after this rook f1, black is the one pressing after queen f6.
I don't know.
Or at least it's really
At least it's comfortable
it-
now. I mean, I'm not worse
to be
anymore.
more exact. Like it's not possible for white to change the structure anymore, and black can improve his pieces little by little, and white's pieces are already kind of in good squares. So if white doesn't do anything special, then black can take over the initiative in a couple of moves, and that's why I offered rook c7. I don't know if it's a good move, but just to wait before playing knight d4, asking white what's his idea, and
But then some
Yeah.
knight e3, no?
knight e3, and then
No, you can't allow this.
yeah.
That's why it's important to play knight d4.
Mm.
Okay, I was
This knight e7 is too awkward, yeah.
No, why not? Why not this? It's just.
Yeah,
it's
yeah. This is
completely
just
fine.
good, yeah.
Yeah, I
So-
was pleasantly surprised when he took here.
Bishop d7, rook d7.
Because I calculated this, like when I played queen f6,
Yeah.
and I thought it doesn't work. When he played, first I did some blunder check to make sure I'm not missing anything. But it's
Yeah,
just
then
lost,
he
yeah.
immediately played it.
Yeah. No, it's just lost after this queen e6,
Yeah,
and there's no point in like analyzing after this.
yeah. So this was quite like from afar, like from outside, it looks like an easy game. But when you talk about it we see that behind the scenes there.
No, it's not easy. I mean, I was worse from the opening.
Yeah,
so,
but for us, it's hard to understand all the difficulties that are going through your calculations and the fact that you play only moves, because we just see the moves that you play and it seems like you're always somehow managing to hold. But in fact, White was the one playing for the initiative from the start, more or less. And then, the only moment where you started to feel fine was this, when you played Queen F6.
Yes.
After he didn't
I
take
mean,
the
Rook
D7.
E1 is. I mean, there's no point of Rook E1.
Yeah.
I think he just probably played. He just wanted to improve slowly and not make this committal decision of Bishop D7.
Which was his last option to try to
Yeah.
fight for advantage.
Yeah, after Bishop D7 in this position, White is better for sure. But okay, it should be defendable, I think.
Yeah.
May I ask you, as far as we have seen, the blunder was made. What was the concrete moment of the blunder?
After Queen F6, no?
Yes, and then the moves were very fast because there was no other option, right?
By White?
By Black.
Yeah, it's all forced. Bishop D7, Knight D5. Black
Here,
is
no other option.
Black is forced to play this sequence.
Yeah.
Otherwise, they lose. And,
Okay.
yeah. And
Did you feel that kind of okay? Am I missing something? My opponent is playing very fast. Is there something I do not see? Did you have that kind
like
of
when he
fear?
took on D7, did you have this?
Fear sensation that what's going on I do not understand.
I didn't expect him to take. Of course, I mean, 99 out of 100 times he would not take this, and he's a very strong player, so he would not miss this. But probably happens time to time. So I saw these lines when he was thinking. So I was just pleasantly surprised.
Uh-huh.
So I mean, didn't you at any second hesitate or have a fear of like, am I missing something?
No, I probably realized. I mean, the variations are not that complicated.
Okay, so you from the
yeah.
beginning you were confident about this situation.
Yeah, I mean, it's just two moves.
Right, it's just
approach.
it's very interesting from the psychological point of view because of course it depends on how you trust your calculation skills, but there are often those situations, even with something very evident and your player plays fast, you can have this kind of
Doubts.
Yeah.
doubts. Yeah.
No, I mean, if I had not seen it when I played Queen F6, then okay, I would be scared. But
Alright.
I'd seen it beforehand, so it doesn't make sense to be scared.
Would you mind if you have a quick look
Yeah,
at the
sure,
other
sure.
games?
How is
So
it
game
going?
number 4 between Shankland and Leko.
Wow.
Let's just
What a
provide you
position.
with a background of what happened. So there was a relatively normal middle game here, and then after this nice move by Leko Rook F6, he had prepared a very good counterplay attempt after Knight F3 to take on F3. And otherwise it's probably worse. Knight G5, Queen H3, and now suddenly, instead of we thought it would be like some sort of perpetual in a moment, and then H5 was played, and Black was playing for a win, and somehow managed to take over the initiative. Probably Sam missed Knight E1, and then Queen C4, Queen F3, Rook B3, Queen F2, and suddenly it's not so easy for White to make a move. Black has so many ways to try to improve his position, and White is kind of paralyzed. Rook B2 runs into Queen F1 and so on. So Rook A3 was played, King G7, Rook A7, Black played Queen F1 with lots of threats, King D2, and now
Yeah, quite impressive by Peter to play H5, H4. This is a very nice idea.
yes, and King D2, Knight F3, Queen E2, and now he's thinking.
Okay, this should lose slowly.
What about Knight G2? Is it a move?
But this didn't happen in the game, right?
Yeah, but just as an idea. Like, how does White defend? He wants to take on B7 and on F7.
What?
Rook B7,
Queen
Queen
E1,
E1, Knight
Knight
E3.
E3, yeah.
That's the, yeah. There's no...
Wait, is
no
this
move.
just winning?
Queen E1 is a threat, Knight E3 is a threat.
Wait, this is just winning or what? How do you defend against this?
I don't know, but Peter had a lot of time after the time control, and he thought for 17 minutes. There must be a reason he didn't play it. Queen c1, queen f2, and knight e3 checkmate.
Queen a4.
8. Knight e3 looks devastating.
Yeah, but you just at least collect the pawns after queen c3.
What about knight? Knight e3. I'm not threatening anything. Okay.
Yeah, this looks absolutely winning. Maybe what he played is also winning. I don't know.
Perhaps.
Maybe that could be the reason.
So
But knight g2 looks winning to me.
Yeah. I mean, the knight really wants to be on e3 in this position, and knight f3, queen
Maybe,
e2.
maybe there's some forced win which he calculated. So that could also be the reason.
Knight e1 problem, but what next?
No, knight e1.
Yeah,
then
rook a3.
Okay, wait.
Actually, it was played.
Was it played?
Yeah.
Oh no. Peter missed this. Knight g2.
Yeah, knight g2 seems like.
Can we just have a look at it once again?
Of course.
Just to see if,
All we
after
have is time.
He thought for 16 minutes, so and he would not miss a thing like this. Very curious what happened
Yeah.
here. Wait, so let's say queen a2.
Knight e3.
Then I go queen b3.
So let's try queen f2, queen e1. Queen d2, is this a move? And then knight d1 maybe, if you go king b1.
No, then queen c2.
Queen c2, okay. So here, queen c2, queen b4, knight c4.
And king a3
Which point?
instead of
So
Yeah.
tricky.
king a3.
Queen c1.
King f4.
knight
Oh, just
c2.
like this. No,
Knight.
b4.
Knight c2 threatening queen a1 maybe.
Wait, what?
Just quick suggestion here after king a3, knight c2 check, and queen d1. Really funny position.
Okay, we are a bit too far from the
Yeah.
actual line.
Yeah, but so after knight g2, which was not played by Peter, maybe queen a2 was.
Would be an option.
But queen e1 is
Queen
your
B-
move. Wait,
queen-
we didn't see queen e1. Here there's simply queen e1. And queen c3.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Okay, just
Or
even
knight e3, knight e3 and queen c3.
Yeah, I thought the king goes to a4, but okay, no, this should be
Knight
lost.
d1 also.
Yeah, no, this is lost,
Yeah.
of course. So queen a2 probably doesn't work. Maybe queen b3? Is it a move?
Queen e1, and then.
Yeah, maybe this looks like the move.
Uh-huh.
This looks like the move.
Okay.
Check, king c2. Is this just the line which we saw?
Yeah,
By
knight
different-
c2
the
and queen
same
d1.
line.
By different order.
Yeah,
Yes.
knight c2. Can you go king b2 or no? Knight d1 is good, yeah? So, king a4 and queen d1. What does white do? Here, knight e1. Uh-huh.
But I think knight g2 is winning. It should be winning.
Yeah.
For sure. What he played doesn't look convincing at all. What was the point? Or maybe he just pushes the f pawn? Is it possible or?
Yeah, all of white's pieces are kind of pinned. Maybe king h6, king h5.
No, but then queen f7. No.
There's
No,
no
queen
queen- yeah,
c2.
queen
Queen
c2.
c2 is there.
King h6 could be a funny little move, yeah? Maybe he's planning some brilliancy here.
To come with the king, yeah, to e3.
Yeah. No, to h4 and then g5, g4 and so on. If this works, then it will be brilliant.
Can we see if he played it? How you just refresh, yeah?
yeah.
Yeah, he played king h6, yeah.
Yeah?
That's his point, yeah.
No,
Wait.
no, sorry. This. We have to press this. still thinking, but he will play it. He will play it. We have,
Okay.
so, if you want to see the actual position in the game, we have the small board in the screen, and this is
okay.
our update, and then we
Okay.
refresh.
Okay.
Yes.
But yeah. Which move? No, but King H6 is looking like the short Timon game, you know? Like, Black has a clear plan. What is White going to do? Probably there is something, but yeah, but you have to suggest a move for White if you wanna claim something.
Yeah, there is no move. Oh, Peter's technique is spot on.
Yeah, but the fact that to imagine him seeing King H6 and not playing it is hard.
Okay,
to think
probably
of.
figuring out if F5 or King H6, which is better. I think King H6 looks safer. No perpetual
Yeah,
ideas.
not even checks.
Yeah.
So yeah, if this is working, then it will probably be the game of the tournament. Yeah.
How much time does he have?
I'll tell you.
Okay.
Sam has only 1 hour.
Only
1 hour.
only 1 hour and 12,
12 minutes against
11
11 minutes.
It's funny.
Oh my! I thought 1 minute.
Queen A2, knight D3. No, but I take your queen. Yeah.
Sam
So-
is so fast.
Yeah.
Yeah, King H6, maybe King B1.
Yeah. Okay. Sad. Our lovely attempt.
All your dreams.
My dreams fell down the drain. Knight F3, you probably move
Yeah,
the
but
queen
then
anywhere.
your concept doesn't work.
Yeah. It's Peter's concept. So probably F5, yeah? Going back to the origins.
No, but then EF. And now King B1.
4. And now your rook A2, queen D3 might be winning.
Okay, that's why he's thinking. He played Queen F2.
Yes, he has.
No. No, what is Queen F2? Something went wrong.
Yeah. Something went wrong in his attempt to win this game.
No, I mean it's still it's probably still winning, but
Close.
More
But-
complicated.
but his concept didn't work. That's what.
Yeah, I mean, it doesn't make sense that he went back and forth with the queen like that.
Yeah,
Like knight
in this
F3,
position.
queen E2, knight E1, and queen F2. So basically, it was a very similar position earlier. Yeah. By the way, when he played king G7, we were on a break and I was considering king H6 here, trying to come to take the H pawn. But yeah, fortunately it was not during the break, so I didn't dare to offer it.
Fortunately.
And
Yeah.
what's going on in the other game?
Yeah, let's move on to board number 1 of the Sotor versus Bogner.
What is this?
Oh, what an
So-
interesting
Winning?
endgame.
This is a theoretical draw, I believe, no?
How
With the
come?
king on... No, but not like this. Only when the rook is passive. When the rook is guarding on the 6th rank. Wait, so... Let's look what happened since we last visited this game. So, we were here around this point, and yeah,
It
after
looks like
rook
black
b4.
should hold comfortably, no?
This is the last point when we visited this game, rook a3, rook b7. And now black decided to give the pawn with king c6, which was a very unclear decision.
No, because King E6 F4,
Yeah, but then bishop f6,
F5.
and you take, right?
Yeah.
And
D4.
d4. And this looks a better version of what happened in the game.
Sorry, Rook F6,
Uh-huh.
King D4.
Wait, so what if I go bishop e5 and d4 next? Do you go f6? No. I mean, a pawn down, but some counterplay exists for black. Rook where? After this move, if you... What move? It looks dangerous if bishop takes h6, but yeah, bishop e5 and d4 is white winning? Or does white have a way to keep the pawn without allowing?
But I can
counter-
always go in that position like rook, I don't know, rook a8 and bishop takes h6, rook g8, and I win g4 pawn. So it shouldn't be any problem there for black. I would never
No,
believe that.
g5.
Rook g8. I would never believe that black here is suffering.
But g5, f6 and bishop g7 looks nice.
Really?
Isn't it winning?
No.
Probably not, yeah? Bishop g7.
I will be.
Oh, wait, if
No,
h6? No, you're king f7 first, now king e4. There's no time.
No.
No, you
So-
cannot do this. No.
Let's
Not
go
enough.
back. This position is white to move.
Okay,
so maybe king
let's-
e4 first.
Let's see from king
Ah.
e6 maybe.
Yeah, yeah.
Maybe there is something simpler.
Alright.
So f4 looks okay, probably good. Bishop f6. Okay, now there's g5 as well. This
Yeah.
rook b6 check. Okay, it's either f5 or g5. Okay, g5 I believe should end in a draw. So f5, king d6. Yeah, so this is
Bishop
up till
F-
now it's
now-
forced. So d4. So takes this. Rook a8, king e4.
By the way, I can also try to do the same thing, starting from a1
Yeah.
and then g1.
Yeah, you can do that. I thought this is a better way to attack the pawn.
But then there's bishop f8 and h6.
Rook g4, rook h4.
So let's try here. Here. Let's say g5 and bishop f8.
Maybe you should give a check.
Ah,
Check is nice. Which means that you should start by bishop f8.
yeah. But then rook g4 is a check anyway.
Yes. No, here black must be fine. Are you suggesting?
So was it something clear in the game that he went for king c6?
Rook f7, d4, f4,
Ah,
DC.
okay. He probably thought that this is a better way to make a
bishop
draw.
c1, rook a1. Makes sense actually. This looks safer for black. But something here.
It's very
King
tricky
d5.
this endgame.
Does this look like a draw? Rook g1, rook g6, rook g3.
Alright, for now, white is not improving.
Wait, but why did he allow?
No, but
You
you
shouldn't have allowed g5.
No, but then where do you move the king? I played 6.
Ah,
Some zook swung. Okay, but it again there will be some kind of zook swung, no? I mean, if you go like this.
king h8. No, king h8.
If I do this.
Rook h2 and stalemate tricks.
Yeah.
Ah, but you don't.
But
you allow it, yeah.
rook h6 is there, yeah.
Yeah, rook h6 immediately, exactly.
So now if I move the rook,
Rook g3. Looks like a draw. This is the position in the game, yeah? Here. You played king h8.
Yes, and by looking at the Nazarbayev face, he doesn't seem.
He's about to play. What's the clock situation?
He's in a comfortable situation with 48 minutes against 36.
Ah, they have much more time for some
he
reason.
played king c2.
How come they have so much? Ah, because Sam has an hour and 12 minutes.
Yes,
Okay. Yeah.
against 11
All right.
minutes.
So king c2.
Yeah. Rook h5 is probably safe. Ah, no.
Yeah, probably it's draw.
Is rook h5 more precise or no? Does it make any difference?
It's the same. Probably.
Just. Yeah, so rook g7, I immediately play rook h6.
h2 check. No, no.
Rook h6.
Ah, yeah.
Yeah,
We
you
immediately
mentioned.
check.
Yeah. Yeah.
So rook f5.
King h7, this is probably a draw, yeah?
You come back rook h3 now.
I can also go king h7.
And king g6.
I think so, no? But
Are you giving back a pawn?
Thank you.
yeah, it gave you much more than a pawn. Yeah.
No, but even if you get a pawn, it's winning, isn't it? Just for my.
With the king on g6, it might be a fortress, but
Really?
yeah.
It is?
It's a theoretical fortress, but of course,
You
assuming
keep
the rook
the-
is not
you-
on g7.
No, just wait. That position you put the king on g6 and then just put the rook anywhere on h.
So if
And
the
then
white
so?
rook, let's just give an example. So
Yes,
let's
please.
say something along.
Just that position.
Let's
when
just
we
put
have-
this position along like this, more or less. So even if I give up the pawn, this is considered to be a theoretical draw.
Wow, I didn't know that.
And for this reason, by the way, just to provide a quick. So let's just make some random moves to show some point. So let's say that we have this position, and white has to play for a win. And I know, yeah, but many players who don't know this endgame play for h6 check. But the way to go, if you have to move one of the pawns, is to play g6. This structure is supposed to be winning.
All right.
So yeah. So now I lost the game. Let's see this situation here. All right. So they played king c2, rook g3, rook g7. Rook g2 check seems like a legitimate way to
No,
draw.
king c3. No. What? How is
What?
it draw?
That's-
What?
And if I escape, you can't. I can't escape it.
I don't think
If I go to the 7th rank, you go. You take on h6. Yeah.
I can just continue forever.
And if you go
No,
on
you take on
h5,
Eventually I take on h6, yeah, when you go to h5.
yes, rook h4 and rook h6, right?
Also now, yeah, also now. Oh, yeah, so stalemate tricks are available.
Nice.
And
And Sebastian is about to calculate them, by the way, because he's looking to the not to the board, which means
he's
that
looking at
he's,
us, I think.
Yes, which means that he's actually calculating something very far away,
for
which
it.
would be.
No, wait. Is
Okay.
it? Is it?
Yeah, maybe
You, no,
something
you
else.
saw it too fast.
No, of
wait.
course.
So what? How do you play?
Rook c3.
Rook c4, rook c5, just continue forever. And then rook c4,
takes h6. Rook h4.
rook h4, rook h6.
Rook takes h6.
And
Rook f6.
Yeah.
we have Dina here for the final touch in
For
every
the
line.
end game.
Yes, because it's a Caro-Kann endgame.
Yes.
No, rook a6 doesn't draw.
Rook h7.
Yeah, g6.
No, h7 is better.
Yeah,
Just your queen.
yeah, g7.
The only move for rook f6.
Yes, and you found it with ease.
Ease.
Yes.
So let's probably move on to the game of Peter.
Lecco.
Yes.
So we have some developments. Wait, how is the knight? How come the knight is on g2 suddenly? No, this is not the right game. What?
Knight is on f4 already.
What is going on? This is not the position from the game. There's some error. Wait.
It is. Look at the at my screen. It is the same position.
I'm having a deja vu all of a sudden. Does this make sense to you? This position with knight on g2? Wait. How did they reach the same position eventually? Okay, queen f2, queen f1, knight g2.
And he played
It's
queen
exactly
b3.
the same position.
Yeah, exact same position.
I think Sam was trying to get a threefold repetition and was caught in this. position again. Maybe he didn't have something better. No, this is.
I
For a
sugge-
moment, I thought I was pranked by everyone here.
Are you
So, but
suggesting that
what
he
did we
did make
see?
a bad position one more time, only to repeat it second time?
I mean, let's first verify. After this move, Queen F2, does White has any idea? Maybe it's just passive and Leko wants to.
No, I
But
mean, White has
we
only one
wanted
idea
to go
put
King
rook
B1.
on this.
Our idea was to go here,
But then he probably takes on H4.
and then
Queen. Yeah, no.
I mean, this was your suggestion, if I
Yeah.
remember correctly. King B1, and then the king is like this was White's idea anyway, and then Rook A7. Probably Sam was caught on by the. We even analyzed it, I believe.
Yes.
We suggested this move, and then we mentioned that Knight F3 is not so good. So, yeah,
Why? It's not so good? Did we
like
say that?
it kind of lost the thread in a way. Queen C2 or something.
But what was our line after Queen B3? think-
Queen E1 or something.
Yes, I think it was Queen E1, right?
Wow, they transposed.
King C2, Knight E3, King B2,
But he played Knight F4.
and Queen D2.
Yeah, and then King A3, Knight C2.
Yeah, but King B1? We
Knight
did
D1.
Queen C2.
Queen C2, yeah, we mentioned it. And let's try Queen B4 just for example. And now Knight back.
Wait, King
So-
A1 is probably bad, so King C1.
And now let's try Knight E3.
And then you collect all the pawns.
Yes, yes,
Then,
we'll
then
check.
and then you... Yeah, so maybe Queen E1 was winning. Why did he play Knight F4?
Let's look at it slower. King C2, Knight E3, everything forced. Then King B2, Queen D2. So King B1 we
Yeah, this
suggested
move...
is ridiculous.
and then Queen D1, yeah? This
And-
looks very
but
nice.
we didn't prove it yet. Like if Queen moves, we are not sure what is the right discovered check.
Queen
All of
C-
these lines are very tricky. Queen
Yeah.
B4, King A1,
King A1, then Knight C3.
and Queen and Rook.
No, you cannot move the rook. And you collect all the pawns now. Queen C5, Queen B6.
Maybe H5.
Okay, but okay, this is just hoping for something, no?
Yeah, HG.
And Queen B6 and
Uh-huh.
completely winning.
Yeah, because there's no way to move the queen or the rook.
So, did Peter play something after Knight F4?
Yeah, he played
It's
Knight
his
F4.
move. No, it's his move. I see.
No, he played Knight F4.
In the video, in the video, I see it's
so
his
in this
move.
position, he played Knight F4. And then Rook A3.
Rook A3.
Mhm.
I think Peter wants to be very clean. You know, he doesn't want to allow any counterplay. That's what
So
I think his mindset is. So he wants.
So he
to
just
maybe-
wants to bring the rook back to A3 every time he makes some progress, and then make some more.
No, maybe he wants to take the pawn on C5,
H4.
96, maybe some lines.
Ah.
Or some check and take on H4 and then do the same thing, you know. Then this G pawn will queen.
Yeah,
Because if you don't allow counterplay,
then it's easier.
yeah.
You're
So
not obliged to find the right trick with
I'm
the
just
knight.
worried about his time situation though. He must be really low on time.
How much time does he have?
He has
6
6 minutes against 1 hour and 3 minutes.
Yeah, so it's not so easy to play this position with 6 minutes.
Yeah,
It's possible to go wrong.
it's very
Oh,
exciting.
I think there is this fortress position in the game of Sebastian. They got
Ah.
this fortress.
All right, let's go back to board 1.
Yeah, absolutely.
So he didn't want to
You're right.
sacrifice. That's quite interesting.
Yeah, I mean, he even keeps the C3 pawn. I mean, this is absolutely
is-
wrong. Complete wrong.
Wrong?
Yeah, he just
Yeah,
keeps
rook
it.
H3 and you just wait. I don't know, rook C3 is coming. You cannot wait. So you have to go king H7.
Okay, but rook
no
G5
evasion,
is
yeah.
coming, yeah. So king H7, king G6, and probably fortress much easier.
Yeah.
Although, like, how many times do you get the chance to play the stalemate tricks? You know, with the crazy rook. But
But it's always not easy to
to foresee
everything. I mean, you might miss one check. I'm
Yeah.
not sure if what we saw is also like completely accurate. It's possible to go wrong.
So you mean that there is much risk when going for such a
I mean, if you
sacrifice?
don't calculate.
Well,
I mean,
logically
almost-
speaking, if your rook just goes up and down forever, then the only place to hide is H5. So it's
Yeah.
hard to imagine any other line that needs to
But
be
the thing
calculated.
is, he has figured out one fortress and
Yeah.
he doesn't want to break it.
Yeah, break it in his own mind by playing another.
Break his own fortress.
Yeah. So,
So there was some, I think, he took the pawn on h4 in the game of Shanklin.
yeah, he took the pawn on h4. So
See, he wants to be very clean.
yes,
With no counterplay.
yeah, no counterplay.
So now
for-
he'll go queen e7, knight e6, and then take on c5.
Maybe we'll bring a knight back to f3.
Yeah, this is winning now. Yeah.
All right.
Yeah, this is
Completely winning.
Yeah.
So,
So
yeah.
I guess I'll leave you guys
Yeah,
to do the
exactly.
rest
Yes.
of the
Exactly what I wanted to
Yeah,
say.
you got
that-
sick of me, so.
Since
no.
there is no
So-
more professional interest for you, as we have solved
Yeah.
all the
So-
problems.
So just to quickly ask before the viewers don't see you anymore, because we'll see you in the ceremony. So do you have any tournament coming up this
No,
month?
I just take a break now. I've been playing too much already, so I take a break for 1 month, spend some time with my family, and try to enjoy life
So,
for
this
some
is
time
a
at least.
Perfect
Because-
timing to win a tournament.
Yeah, going back home with good memories.
Because
definitely.
what? Sorry, I interrupted you. You said
No, because I was playing so much already. Like this is like my 4th tournament in a row almost. Like I had only
Wow.
like 5-6 days gap in between the event,
Wow.
and
Must
traveling
be-
to India and China, US, Europe. It
Wow.
took quite a toll. So now I just want to relax and take some time off
you
for
must-
1 month.
Must be very tired by now.
Yeah. Even today, it was hard to motivate
That
myself to
actually
play.
was the point of our discussion, because I told Tyler, well, listen, when you win a tournament, and it's been like a 27th game for this very tournament,
Yeah.
what is your actual thoughts? Because from one point you can finally enjoy the beauty of chess because you have nothing to lose, but for the other point you can be extremely non-motivated at all because you must be tired.
Yeah, I think the tiredness factor was there for sure, but no chess player likes to lose. So always there is something to lose when you play a game of chess. And yeah, I was just tired, so that was the reason.
Yeah, and just probably last question, because we refrain throughout the entire tournament from being official, since everyone are younger here, the players, the commentators and so on, but just for once we'll allow ourselves to be polite and ask something that everyone would ask, like how was the place and the venue and the tournament, the organization and stuff?
Oh, perfect. I have no complaints, absolutely. I loved, this was my first time in Switzerland, and many of my colleagues had played in this tournament, and they always like shared some anecdotes, some stories. So I always wondered how it is, and it has been great. I mean, there's absolutely nothing to complain. I'll be happy to come back.
I'll be happy for you to be here next year, regardless to what happens with the rest of the players in the tournament. And yeah, congratulations once again,
Thank
Vidit, for
you.
winning the tournament and winning the next round, despite not having to.
Yeah, I was a
And,
bit lucky, of course.
Yes,
Not
yes.
bit, quite lucky to
And,
win this.
yeah, very happy. I'm sure we are both very glad to have you here every round and
Absolutely,
sharing
thank
your
you very much
insights.
for your kind collaboration.
Yes.
And
Staying with us, showing other games and so
yes,
on.
thinking
Sure.
Instead of us.
Yes.
Yes.
Yeah, I wanted
Sharing
to
your
get
brain.
into the commentator's shoes and see how it is.
Yes. So how was it, fun?
Yeah, it's fun, but I can imagine like it can be also very tiring.
Yes. So once again, thank you very much, Santosh Vidit, for joining
Welcome.
us. We'll take a short break, and we will see the rest of the games very soon.